Hi, my name's Tim Calhoun. I'm the president of RAWRR E-Motobikes. We are one of the newer players. We've been around now for a little over a year, but I want to talk about what we're doing and why it's different. We're probably more of an action sport-based company. We respect what Sony and Tulare have built in this market. They've done a great job, but we're a little bit different company than that. So we come from a group of guys that are all motocross riders. We wanted something that was a little bit better in the dirt and really more true to being a true dirt bike. We are a Chinese-built bike. The gentleman who engineered our bike was a 10-time national motocross champion. So the pedigree of our bike is all about riding in the dirt and what it does in the dirt. We spent a lot of time perfecting it. The first thing we did was build the frame on this bike. This frame is about 5 times stronger than any frame on any lightweight e-moto bike in the marketplace. We did over 50,000 drops of this frame with 200 pounds on it with 0 failures. So it's cast aluminum spar frame. And we really spent a lot of time, yeah, that's the frame right there, developing this frame to just be the backbone of the bike, not fail the riders. We probably have the best produced motor in the category as far as the windings on it, how it's developed. 7,500 peak on this, there will be more coming later. Controller, motor, battery, UL approved Sony battery in it. We're about 75% through our UL project. Before the end of the year, we will have a fully UL approved bike, so sellable in every single state in the country. So right now, New York has banned everything but a UL battery. We have a UL battery.
I've heard that's the trend.
Yep, but the whole bike's going to be UL, front to back, wire harness, the whole shebang, so we want to get in front of it. Because I've spent 38 years in this industry, and all my team has spent 30 years plus in this industry, we kind of know what's coming. I also sit on the Motorcycle Industry Council, and I'm the chairman for the aftermarket committee, so I work with every company that builds bolt-ons, add-ons for any motorcycle out there. So because of those relationships, we've really been able to quickly, in the last several months, escalate what we're able to put on our bike. So we got deals with Warp 9, got deals with Guts racing seats. We got deals with working with Steady Garage to build customs for us, sprockets, grips, tuners. So we're working on a new set of controllers. That'll give you not only better range, but better power in our bike, but safely. We want to be able to deliver a factory-backed tuned box for riders versus getting something from somebody that may hurt your bike. Unlike Sony and Tulare, you don't have to buy $2,500 in motors and controllers to upgrade your bike. We're fast out of the box. Stock speed on this is 53. You want to go 60, change your sprockets. It'll pull it, the motor will do it. 72 volt, 30 amp on this bike, has plenty of power. Acceleration's great. Best suspension in the market. We use all steel componentry inside ours. The other brands are using aluminum internals on their suspension systems. We went with steel because we've had zero, and I mean zero, out of what, 2,300 units sold, zero internal failure on any of our suspension components on our bike so far. No frame whatsoever, one controller box gone bad. So you're buying this because we build a great machine out of the box that you can upgrade, but doesn't need to be. It's fast out of the box and works great. The other thing about our bike is if you buy our bike, we do pay factory labor for warranty. So if you have a warranty problem in our bike, you're not paying the dealer to repair it. We're covering major components for a year, everything else for 30 days. So your motor, your controller, your battery, your frame have a 1-year coverage on them. If there's a problem with them, we pay for the labor, we replace the part. No one else is doing that in the industry, and that's an industry standard. We wanted to feel to dealers like a Yamaha, like a Honda, like a Suzuki. We wanted to be a great OEM to work with and have a staff that had worked in this industry that understood the problems the dealer sees day in and day out.
How many dealers?
So right now we're sitting at 200, after this show, 225 dealers right now. I signed up 5 new dealers yesterday. We expect to be at about 300 dealers nationally by June. By the end of 25, probably 500 dealers nationally. So we're going to build a very big dealer network, but we want people who buy these to be able to go somewhere, hopefully near their town or in their town, to take care of problems and buy accessories. So we want to be a national brand, and we just signed up our first, 5 international dealers now? So we will be global. Why are we different? We homologated for the US. This is the first true DOT FMVSS compliant bike in the market. It is platable. It'll be platable in every state in the country, including California. So some states, Idaho, 14.5, you can ride a street legal bike. California, 16. So getting your bike confiscated isn't a fear anymore. If you buy this model, you can ride it anywhere to school and back and out with your buddies, and it is very dirt capable. It's the same model the Mantis is, it's built for the street. Rear foot brake, all the other goodies.
Because that's a little different than the basic model, right?
Yeah, basic model, we took away the dual brakes and went to a standard motorcycle rear brake, and then the front brake. We upgraded the brake system on the street bike because it's faster at about 60 miles an hour. So four piston calipers front and rear on this bike, a new red pad from the factory, real DOT fluid, so much higher boiling temperature than what everybody's running as far as mineral oil. So if you're doing repeated brake stops on the road, which do get a lot hotter, you're not going to boil your fluid.
And for the guys that are not 100% clear what that means, DOT, it means VIN number, right?
Yep, VIN number, plated. All of our bikes are VIN numbered. So even the dirt bikes are VIN numbered.
And then blinkers, and then
street legal DOT lights and blinkers, DOT brake lines, DOT wheels, DOT tires, all compliant.
And are you guys the only ones doing that right now?
There's four other companies that claim they're DOT, but they're not. And because it's real simple, FMVS, the non-forgivable thing, if you don't have a rear brake pedal, you're not compliant. So that's just the reality of it. And then if they want to argue it, they can, but it's the truth. I know because FMVS has told me so.
Is that going to change the MSRP at all?
The street model is going to retail for a little bit more just because the additional pieces are a little more expensive, but $49.99 retail on the standard Mantis, $57.99 retail on the street version.
It's not bad.
No, we wanted to keep it a minimal bump, but really the main difference is the dead cost of the products we put on this versus that.
And then real quick for the guys that have never seen your bikes before,
yep.
Kind of like tip to tail, wheel size, motor size, battery size.
Right now we're 1717 front to rear, and that will change on some new units that we're bringing in. So we are going to bring out 3 new units this year. This will bring out a slightly smaller, more like a Tulare X-size bike. That's coming around July. And then we plan to enter the market with what we call the mini Mantis. So just think about putting this in a shrink ink oven and bringing it down to like a 12-year-old size.
Oh, nice.
So those are all 3 launched this year. And I don't mind putting the cat out of the bag because they're already produced and ready to go. And so what you'll see change, the X will feature a 19 front, 17 rear. So we're going to do, I wouldn't say it's a weak point, but it's a better bike with a 1917. We're going to re-engineer going forward to where we get a 21 in there. Right now, it just won't handle it with the triple free. I'm just being honest about it. But we can do a 1917 that works really well on this bike and gives you about the same kind of balance on the bike. And where that matters is when you get in the mud and wet, or you get really loose gravel, you're going to feel a difference on a 1917 than the 1770. It's not going to be as twitchy.
And then as far as batteries go, hot swapping the battery.
Hot swap the battery, yeah.
Sell separate batteries, right?
Oops, sorry, wrong way. Yeah, so you can buy a separate battery, do a hot swap. The change is pretty straightforward.
Come right out, throw the new one in, you're ready to run.
Ready to go.
How long does it take to charge the battery?
About 3 hours, 3.5, depending, from 0 up.
Nice.
Standard 110 charger, so nothing special in your house.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so that's pretty much everything we need to know, right?
That's about it. I mean, I think, know we're a little bit behind as far as coming to market,
Yeah.
but know that we're the guys in the pits ready to go out there and set a new standard for the industry. And part of why we went after the S right away, and we're 18 months into this project, is we have more young riders riding right now than in history. Not since the 70s have we seen a young crowd come up like this, and these are kids that grew up riding Stasics. Now they're getting into e-moto, and they're on the streets, and I'm not saying they're a problem. Thank goodness they're riding, but now we give them an option that instead of driving through a jack-in-the-box and getting their bike confiscated by a cop sitting in the parking lot at 16, they get a bike license and become a licensed rider and take it anywhere safely. So that's really what we want is to get these kids into bikes they can ride forever and grow them up in the sport.
That's a good point. It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
I do have one more question.
Yeah.
I know there's other competitors out there that have gear reduction with belt drives and chain drives. I've never seen your bike before.
We're
so
direct
I don't really
drive.
know. So it's direct drive from the motor?
It's a geared reduction instead of a chained reduction or a
geared.
belt reduction.
So there's no belt that's going to ever wear out. That's a big selling point,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like that. Very cool. All right, well, if guys want to learn more, you have a website they can go to?
Yeah, go to www.RAWRR.com. And by the way, about 30 days from now, we're going to launch our new contest, Hear Me Roar. So if you're great at shooting videos, and I don't care what it is, we're going to include, if you're a surfer, shoot us a surf video. If you're a skateboarder, shoot us a skateboard video. Do what you do. We want you on a RAWRR because we're part of what you live and what your life is. We're rock and roll, we're not candy ass. So we want to go out there and have fun, and we want the best action videos out there on our site. And you're going to win a bike, but not just win a bike, you're going to win a bike for you and a friend.
Oh, that's cool, man. All right, there you go, guys. Let's look at RAWRR and AIMExpo in Las Vegas. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.